Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei joined Sona Sitri and became the Wizard King movie. Before we start, please go support JoestarGhoulZ for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. Sona Sitri did not know what to do since a year ago her pawn Saji betrayed his partners as well as Kiba, who left him for the Violet Dragon Empress, and also believes that Rias has changed when she reincarnated the Red Emperor Dragon. But one day a young man arrived who would change everything, and that young man is the future Wizard King and will show that humans are not weak. Page 0. The arrival of the future wise man. Narrator. In a city in Japan called Ko, we can see a high school called Ko Academy where students are seen entering the academy, but in an office we can see a black-haired woman with glasses looking at some papers and sighing. Sona, seriously, how is it that Max helps the perverted duo escape, and also I'm surprised that Rias and Akeno follow him. Sighs, this is worse when those two arrived, and also that Saji broke Momo and Ruruko's hearts as well as Kiba with Tsubaki. Sighs and looks at the window. I hope this year can be interesting, although how will they do it since I heard that this year Rias is getting married to him, or how will they do it Max against him, or worse that Issei is with him, trembles, I can't imagine that. Narrator. But as fate would have it, outside the academy there was a tall chestnut tree, and he was wearing a kind of book holder on the left side of his shorts, and he had a black book hanging on his back, and he was standing at the entrance. So this is Ko Academy. Wow. Sighs, I guess a new start for my dream. Sighs, alright, here I go. Narrator. The boy entered the academy, but as he was walking he received the gaze of everyone since they had never seen him until he arrived at the director's office and received a pass. Director, good morning, what do you wish? I am the new student who plans to enter today. Director, I see, here is this, a sheet of paper, with this you can pass. Okay, thanks. Director, by the way, how is he now? Well, I guess you've heard the rumors. He's very curious. He almost forgot his job. Director, well, go to class if. Of course, he leaves. Director, I see you are the new king, William the First. Wonder if he will be a great knight as well as being a captain. Narrator. The boy walked through the halls until he reached the classroom and knocked on the door, and it opened and the teacher showed him. Teacher, what do you want, young man? Oh yes, I'm the new student, hands him a paper. Teacher, very well, wait here, enters, very well, everyone, today we will have a new student, so I want you to behave accordingly. All, hi. Boys, I hope she's a beautiful girl. Girls, I hope he's a handsome guy. Teacher, very well, you can pass. Narrator. Everyone saw that the door opened and showed a somewhat tall brown-haired boy who blushed the girls a little, since some swore they saw Issei's muscles since he had a somewhat noticeable musculature so as not to attract people's attention. Teacher, very well, present yourself, young man. Hello, my name is Issei Hayadu and it's a pleasure to meet you and I hope we get along. Teacher, any questions for young Hayadu? Girl 1, sorry, it's not because I'm rude. It's just that you have something to do with the perverted beasts, Hayadu. Issei, perv beasts, you're talking about Max and Issei. Hayadu, no. Girl 1, you have something with them. Issei, well, sighs, I'm his younger brother. All hhhhhhhhh. Issei, I know and everyone will believe that I am like them, but the truth is that I am not, since I do not see people as objects, but as living beings, since we are the creation of God and I would never sin. Do not worry about that, smiles. Girls, she's an angel. Boys, he is a man worthy of my respect. Narrator. After Issei's presentation, the class began, something normal happening until the class arrived before the break, since it was physical education where Issei stood out in class since he had a toned body where he earned the attention of the girls and the respect of the men, and the class ended since the break began where Issei was eating under a tree. Issei, wow. This food is good and I'm glad I brought this home. My life is definitely great. Narrator. Issei continued eating but stopped when he felt that he was being watched and turned his gaze and saw that in a building he was being watched by a white-haired girl who was looking at him, but when she saw that she was looking at him, she was surprised to see him and blushed, and he walked away although he blushed when he saw her. Issei, wow, that girl is cute. She looks like a cat, although it makes sense since she is an Ikomata. But the bad thing is that she is from the Gremory clan and I know that those two are with her. But I will not let her try to tell me to join her clan since I have had my goals since I got there and I plan to do it, continues eating. Koneko, who is that boy and is he cute? She thought blushing. Rias, Koneko, what's up? Koneko, ah nah nothing president. Koneko, me. Akeno, era, did Koneko fall in love? Koneko blushes. Max, please, who would you fall in love with? Kiba, maybe it's like saying it's love at first sight. Saji, yes, of course. Koneko lowers her head and puffs out a fume. Issei, Koneko perhaps was. Koneko, well yes, I fell in love at first sight with a boy. Everyone, surprised. Rias, Koneko fell in love at first sight and it's not with Max, I can't believe it, surprised. Max, who is the damn guy who wants to steal my loli, he thought annoyed. Akeno, and who is the boy you fell in love with? Koneko, it's him, pointing outside. Narrator. Everyone looked at the window and saw Issei who was eating, but he realized that they were watching him, and he saw everyone and more. He saw Rias who gave him a cold look which surprised her, and he saw Koneko, and he smiled which made her blush, and he walked away. Issei, that red-haired girl is definitely a Gremory. I can't forget that color. Like I said, she won't make me give up on my dream, not even those idiots. Although that albino girl, I don't know what to say, I'll think about it later. Akeno, era, so he is the boy you fell in love with. Koneko. Koneko, conscious. Max, so that useless guy is here. Saji, hey, do you know him? Issei, this is Issei Hayadu, he is our younger brother. All Koneko, Issei senpai, mumble smiling. Rias, how strange. Kiba, what's up, President? Rias, well, when she looked at me she gave me a cold and serious look. That's weird, I felt it was pure hatred. All, hey. Rias, and I also felt that in that book holder he has in his pants I felt like an abysmal power. All Max /Issei, like he has an abysmal power. Akeno, and what do we do? Rias, Koneko, I want you to follow Issei, yes. Koneko, hi, leaves, Issei senpai has an abysmal power. I definitely fell in love with him, and I want to be with him. Narrator, classes passed normally but Koneko kept watching Issei, but when she finished she was putting away her things but someone called him when she was in the hallways. Momo, excuse me, you are Issei Hayadu, yes? Issei, yes. Momo, well, my name is Momo, it's a pleasure. Koneko, jealous? Issei, likewise, and what brings you here, Citri? Momo /Koneko, as surprised. Momo, how come? Issei, well, maybe you want to know. Tomorrow I'll tell you your mistress since I only trust the Citri and not the Gremory. Momo, okay, leaves. Issei, very well, leaves. Momo, I have to follow him, follows him. Koneko, she only trusts the Citri, but why not the president, follows him. Narrator, Issei was walking when he arrived at the bridge and watching the sunrise, but a black-haired girl wearing another school's uniform arrived. Yuma, sorry Issei, I made you wait. Issei, and no Yuma, in fact I just arrived. Yuma, well, I'll give you the tour. Issei, of course. Narrator, Issei and Yuma were walking in different places in the city until they reached the park. Yuma, you know I had a lot of fun. Issei. Issei, me too, yes. Yuma, nah, I see I can. Issei, no. Yuma, how? Issei, my answer is that I will not die for you fall. Yuma, hey how do you know? Issei, in the Clover Kingdom we know a lot about the supernatural, and I will ask you something. I know there are fallen people around you, Reiner. Yuma, Koneko /Momo, Clover Kingdom? They thought confused. Narrator, Yuma or Reiner was surprised since she did not know that he knew about the supernatural and more than discovered his plan. Issei, I have a question because they have been killing people with sacred gears and for what? Yuma, don't hurt me. Narrator, she was terrified but fallen angels appeared and were preparing spears of light and Issei took out his book and they were confused and laughed since his book was as if it was burned and they saw the drawing of a clover but the strange thing was a 5-leaf clove. Koneko, what is that book and why are you taking it out? Issei, alright, here I go. Narrator, everyone saw that Issei's book was floating and began to shine and they saw that it released a power that terrified everyone. Present, may this power. Rias, where does that power come from? Sona, what is this power? Narrator, everyone saw that something came out in that book and Issei took it, and when he took it out they were surprised to see a gigantic sword but it was rusty. Issei, alright, go ahead. Narrator, the fallen angels began to throw their spears but saw that Issei shattered their spears with just one leap. Fallen 2, but how? Fallen 3, with just one thrust I nullify them. Narrator, nobody understood but they saw that Issei was moving quickly, that he was in front of them and hitting them and with the last one knocking him out with the sword. Yuma, boo, but. Issei, you better go since I feel Gremory's presence, so go. Yuma, High flies, every time I feel like killing him, I've already decided that I won't kill him and I don't care if they declare me a traitor. Issei, well, I'd better go and also I imagine that you will tell Momo no? Momo, comes out of hiding, I think so, Issei. Issei, very well, but what will you do, Gremory Tower? Narrator, Momo didn't understand but she saw that Koneko came out of the trees. Momo, what are you doing here? Koneko, well, my king ordered me to follow you but I won't do anything. Issei, very well, but as you have heard I don't trust anything with the Gremory, he said seriously. Koneko, hi, said lowering her head, Senpai hates me for a Gremory. Issei, oh, don't go too far, you know what if tomorrow you go with me to the council room since you also got involved in this wait, I said it. Koneko, seriously. Issei, oh yeah, of course, since you should already know that anything goes. Koneko, Val. Issei, well, I'm leaving, he leaves. Momo, hey Koneko. Koneko, what's up? Momo, are you in love with Issei? Koneko, blushes, it was at first sight. Momo, oh well, see you tomorrow, yeah? Koneko, hi. Narrator, when Momo left a magic circle appeared and Rias arrived and wanted to know what happened and Koneko had to invent something about what happened and she believed it, and went home but she was eager to talk to Issei. The next day. Narrator, we can see Issei in front of the council door, and he knocked on the door, and received a pass, and when he entered he saw Sona and her entourage, and Koneko was there, and when he saw him he smiled. Sona, well, Momo told me everything so you know about the supernatural, right? Issei, that's right, Citri. Sona, very well, Issei, you know I want you to show what you used, yes. Issei, very well, takes out his book, here I go. Narrator, Issei touched a kind of golden brooch that he had on his jacket, and when he touched it he saw a kind of cloak with the skull of a bull engraved on it. Narrator, and then they saw that his book shone and he took out his sword, something that surprised everyone on the council. Sona, but how is it that? Issei, let me introduce myself, he reloads his sword on his shoulders. My name is Issei Hayadu, captain of the Black Bulls and bearer of the 5-leaf clover grimoire and future wizard king. Page 1. The story of the wise man. Narrator, in an alley in Ko we can see a brown-haired boy being chased by some fallen angels. But he was surrounded and the fallen were approaching him, and he closed his eyes but heard screams, but when he opened them he was surprised to see the bodies of the fallen, torn and mutilated. Child, but what just happened? Wow, those guys are really annoying, especially when they chase a child for their whims. Narrator, the boy saw in front of him an older man with slightly spiky hair and a toned body who was wearing a white shirt, brown pants and carried a katana. But he noticed that he was carrying on his shoulder a black cloak with the engraving of a bull and he saw a book that floated and shone. Hey, are you okay, brat? Child, ah, why yes. Hey, where are your parents? Child lowers his head. Oh, I see. Hey, don't you want to come with me? Child, oh really? Yes, and by the way, my name is Yami. Child, nice to meet you, Yami, and you're not from around here. Yami, you got it right, brat, and what's your name? Child, I am Issei Hayadu. Opening. Narrator. We can see in the council room amazed students and also Koneko when Issei showed his sword and introducing himself. Sona, what did you say? Issei, well, I am the captain of the Magic Knights, the Black Bulls. Koneko, Black Bulls. Momo, hey Issei, what is that book? It's a sacred gear. Issei, well, this shows his book is not a sacred gear. Tsubasa, and what is it? Issei, well, I can tell you that the Citri clan is trustworthy, but as for you, Koneko. Koneko, what's up, senpai? Issei, that you keep the secret since the Gremory are not trustworthy, okay? Koneko, I promise it's just for you, senpai. Issei, well, they are all ready, but first I want you to put up a barrier to block. Rhea, I'll take care of it, makes the barrier ready. Issei, very well, that book is not a sacred gear, nor is the sword because that is part of that book. Tsubaki, and what is it, curious? Issei, that is a grimoire. All grimoire. Issei, well, let me tell you something that is highly classified for others, so keep it a secret. All, we promise, Issei. Issei, very well, I come from a secret place of the factions where humanity learns magic. All magic, surprised. Issei, yes, and they also have something that are the grimoires that you learn magic tricks with the type of magic you have. All h. Raruko, wait, you said that place is extremely secret, and can we know why you have that behavior with the factions? Issei, well, a long time ago the faction war got involved with the magicians and they defended themselves, but one day they received a visit from a Mao, serious. Rhea, and who was it? Issei, the Mao Lucifer. All. Tsubasa, and what did Mao Lucifer want to know? Sona, wait, my sister wasn't there, she said, scared. Issei, no, in fact he came alone. Sona sighs in relief. Koneko, but why would Mao Lucifer come to? Issei, true, the place where more magicians come is the Clover Kingdom. Momo, why is that called? Issei, well, it's because the grimoires have a clover on the cover and they come from that clover. It sounds logical, right? All, well, if that makes sense. Issei, well, to your question, Koneko came because she was interested in the grimoires since she believed they were sacred gears, but he wanted to recruit them and be his soldiers, but... All, they look at him attentively. Issei, they said no since they didn't want that since that war killed innocent people, and upon hearing that he left. Raruko, well, what are you going to do? Issei, but that idiot did something that is unacceptable. Tsubasa, and what is it? Narrator, Issei took a kind of projector out of his bag and showed a projection where an image or recording was shown, but when those present saw it, they saw a huge and creepy creature with 3 eyes and many arms and a lifeless face with a macabre smile. Momo, what is that, scared? Issei, the Mao created a giant creature because he said it was because they rejected his request, and he had to send a giant demon to eliminate them. Narrator, everyone was terrified to see that demon destroying the kingdom and the deaths of the people, while some ran away in fear. Tsubaki, I can't believe Sir Shea Gremory did that. Issei, yes, humanity was on the verge of extinction, but... Narrator, they all saw that out of nowhere a boy appeared and they saw that he had a grimoire with a 4-leaf clover and was fighting the demon. Issei, there was a magician who was able to fight against the demon, and it seemed like he was going to defeat him. Narrator, they all saw that he threw many swords of light at the demon, and the magician was preparing an attack, and they saw in amazement that he made a great sword of light that when he threw it, and it pierced him and surprised everyone. Momo, great. Raruko, he could have hurt the demon. Issei, it's not over yet. Narrator, they did not understand, but they saw that upon making contact they saw that the demon's body was inflating and some lights were coming out of the body, and then it exploded, causing a blinding light. That then the dead body of the demon was seen, and the magician descended, and the people praised him and thanked him, and the projection ends. Ruruko, awesome, she said happily with stars in her eyes. That magician is awesome. Tsubasa, truly that power is genius, he said with stars in his eyes. Rhea, yes, how he saved the people who needed him. Momo, hey, what happened when you defeated the demon? Issei, well, after the defeat the factions felt the power of that magician and feared that the Gremory would kill them, and the magician happened to hide his world from the supernatural, and over time they rebuilt the Clover Kingdom, and increased the defenses and created the Magic Knights. Momo, I see. Koneko, excuse me, but what happened to that magician? Issei, well, that magician has become a legend and started a title that many magicians want to have and be. Tsubaki, and that's it. Issei, he has become the Wizard King. All-wise King. Surprised? Issei, that's right, the Magician King is the one who takes charge of the magicians and gives them missions, the Magic Cavalry. Sona, wow, how strong can a Magician King be? Issei, the Wizard King is so powerful that he can surpass the gods, dragons, and the united factions, including the Triaxa. All EHHHHHHHH. Tsubaki, wait, you said some magicians want that title. Issei, but some magicians do it for fame, prestige, and women and fortune, but some do it for reasons, and I have a goal. Rhea, and that would be it. Issei, I want to be the Magician King, he said seriously and with determination. Narrator, when he said that, everyone was surprised to hear that Issei wanted to be the Magician King. Sona, and you can know why. Issei, well, what happens is that the nobles judge the commoners and say that to be one you need to be a noble, but I want to do it no matter if you are poor or rich, because I want to do it, and I think about being it with my life as the captain of the Black Bulls, he said with determination. Sona, I see, and from what I see you prefer to be a human, no? Issei, that's right, Sona, and I prefer to be. Sona, I see. But I have a question, because your grimoire has a 5-leaf clover and the first Magic Kings had 4 leaves. Issei, well? An explanation later. Sona. So I see that the clover leaves represent the amount of magic power. Issei, that's right, Sona. Sona, hey, if it's not too much trouble, as you say, you can trust my family, and it would be better if. Issei, that we are allies, no? Sona, well, yes, and what do you say? Issei, okay. Narrator. Sona gave Issei the Citri family mark. Sona, well, it would be a pleasure to have you as an ally, Issei. Issei, likewise. Sona smiles. Koneko, excuse me, what about senpai? Issei, I honestly don't know about you since you're with the Gremorys, but I don't know what to do. Maybe we can help each other. But don't let your mistress find out, okay? Koneko, okay, I promise. Issei, very well, without further ado I'll leave since classes will start soon. Goes to take the projector. Momo, wait. Issei, what's up? Ruruko, if it's not too much trouble, we can keep it since we found that fight interesting. Issei, well, of course, anyway I have quite a few and this is the first one I'm giving to someone, so keep it. Momo, thank you. Issei, well, see you, he leaves. Sona looks at her watch. That's right, everyone go to your classroom. Advice, hi, they leave. Sona, and what will you do, Koneko? Koneko, about everything Issei-senpai told me, well, I don't know what to do. Sona, I see, well, go to your class. Koneko, hi, leaves the classroom. Issei-senpai, the Magic King, smiles. In the council chamber. Tsubaki, what do you think, Kaicho? Sona, well, this is new for us since we have a Magic Knight and more, as he told us he is the captain of a cavalry. Tsubaki, yes, but I don't believe that Rias's brother did that years ago. Sona, I don't believe it either, but I don't know what she'll do with Koneko since she seems to be in love with him, and he doesn't blame her since, blushes. Tsubaki, Kaicho is surprised. Sona, well, it seems I fell in love with him, blushing. Tsubaki, I see, although I don't blame her. I also fell in love with him, and he's not like Kiba. Well, maybe we'll leave it for later because the good side is that he's ours. Sona. Well, you're right, Tsubaki. Well, you have to work, don't you think? Tsubaki, true, leaves. Sona sighs. It seems that my prayers were answered. It seems that this will be a great year. Sees the window. So Magic King, sees the device. This will be exciting and I want to know more about this. Issei smiles. With Issei. Issei. I guess making an alliance with Sona doesn't sound so bad, but I don't know if I did the right thing in that Nikomata since the Gremory brought extinction to the Clover Kingdom, but I felt a trace of mana in her, but it seems sealed by the tower piece. Maybe she. I don't know, but what grimoire would she have, huh? Shakes his head. What am I thinking? Maybe she infected me with his curiosity. But she smiles. Well, that will take its time and I will continue on my path to become the Magic King. Elsewhere in the Occult Club. Max. Achoo, I don't know why I feel like someone copied my idea of being the king of the harem. With Issei. Issei. Well, I hope this year is better than ever. In a church. So Reiner escaped. Reiner, yes, and she was also able to defeat them all. Okay, but continue with the plan since that nun interests me with that power. I don't know if she's a sacred gear, but she always carries a book with her. Well, she'll wait in the church when I arrive. Reiner, hi, leaves a book, but it sounds like the book Issei had. In another part of the world. Narrator, in an airport in Europe we can see a blonde nun sitting with a suitcase until she hears. Attention passengers, the flight to KUH City will take off in 20 minutes, please go to cabin 20. Well, it's my flight. He gets up, takes his suitcase and leaves. I hope to make new friends there and find others like E and maybe meet the wise man. He smiles. Narrator. The nun continued moving forward happily, but a part of her outfit had a book holder hanging from it, and a book with details of vines could be seen, and on the cover was a 4-leaf clover. Page 2, The Magic Nun. Narrator. We can see Issei as a child sitting in a beautiful garden and watching the sky. Yami, what are you doing, brat? Issei, sees Yami. Nothing, Yami, just watching the sky. Yami, and what are you thinking, Issei? Issei, well, I think about my future since I will soon have my grimoire. Yami, well, you will also be the new captain of the Black Bulls, so remember that. Issei, yes, but how can I know what they will be doing with me? Yami, well, you will know if they are faithful and they have faith in you and they care. Issei, you think he's a good magic knight like you? Yami, you will be, and maybe you will be the Wizard King, so try hard, Issei. Issei high smiles. Narrator. But after that the scene starts to brighten, but we can see Issei waking up and seeing his room. Issei, a dream, looks down, Yami sad. Narrator. We can see Issei walking, but he looks somewhat thoughtful. Issei, wow, I remember that, had those best moments with Yami, remembering, so soon I will have members, and as he told me, only if I have confidence in them and they trust me and they care about me like Koneko. But I don't know if I would have a grimoire since her yokai magi can equal spectral magic or fire, but it would not surpass the captains of the Red Lions. Well, I don't know if. Ouch. Narrator. Issei stopped thinking as he heard a noise and saw a person dressed as a nun who had his suitcase on the floor and his clothes everywhere. Because I always fall. Issei, hey, can I help you? He extends his hand. Accepts by standing up, thank you. Narrator. But the wind blew and caused the veil to fly away, but it showed a blonde girl with long hair and had clear eyes and a cute or adorable face. Issei, she's cute. Elsewhere. Koneko, achoo. Akeno, what Koneko? Koneko, it's nothing, Akeno-senpai. Akeno, maybe she has a cold. Koneko, maybe I feel like someone wants to steal Issei-senpai from me, she thought jealously. With Issei. Narrator. Issei had helped with the nun's clothes and put them all in the suitcase. Thanks for helping me. Issei. It's nothing, well, it would be better to go. Sorry. Issei, what's up? It's that, well, would you help me go to church because I'm new? Issei, I see, looks at the clock, well, I have time, here we go. Right, ahem, my name is Asia Argento, smiles tenderly. Issei, a pleasure Asia. Narrator. And so Issei along with Asia was walking until they heard a child cry, and Asia went towards the child and saw something that surprised him, and it was that in his hands a flower came out, and it released pollen that healed the child. Issei, that's magic, surprised. Narrator. Asia returned with Issei but found him with a surprised face. Asia, you saw me, right? Issei, yes, and that was magic, I mean. Asia, a witch will tell me. Issei, you are a magician. Asia, Issei, I mean you have a grimoire. Asia, surprised, wait, you have one too. Issei, yes, and yes, it's not too much trouble. I was looking at your bookcase that you have behind you, and without much trouble I can see it. Asia, hi. Narrator. Asia lent him her grimoire, and when he saw it he was surprised to see the clover. Issei, a grimoire of the 4-leaf clover, surprised. Asia, I'm surprised, aren't I? Issei, he has great power, and I feel like he has several spells. Asia, sorry, can I see yours too? Issei, oh yeah, sure. Narrator. Issei gave her back her grimoire and then showed her his grimoire, and Asia was surprised to see the clover. Asia, a 5-leaf clover, that's amazing. Issei, I know, okay, let's continue. Asia, hi. Narrator. Issei and Asia continued walking, but Asia decided to talk. Asia, hey, what magic do you use? Issei, well, I have something called anti-magic. In fact, I took out an anti-magic sword. Asia, incredible. Issei, I know, well, stops and sees a church, we arrived. Asia, thank you, and wouldn't you like something? Issei, I would love to, but I'm late for the academy, but one of these days I'll have tea with you. Asia, okay, see you later. Issei, yes, walks. Asia, hey. Issei, yes. Asia, Eto, you haven't told me your name. Issei, right, my name is Issei Hayaru and I am the captain of the Black Bulls. Asia, you are a captain, surprised. Issei, yeah, well, see you, walks. Asia, I met a captain, it's great, excited. In the church. So that's the girl who has the book. It doesn't seem like much, but that guy said he's a captain, and she looked excited. Reiner, Issei is a captain, but what is that? He, that boy sounds interesting, but that nun's book sounds interesting since that will give us a great benefit, but he must have a sacred gear. Reiner, Issei, what will it be you? With Issei. Issei, I felt presences in the church. I just hope they don't do anything and do whatever it takes to take his grimoire, or else they'll face a captain. At the academy? Sona, Issei, I want to know why you took a while. Issei, well, what happens is that I helped a person and that's why I was almost late today. Sona, but what was that person like? Issei, well, she was like a nun and also. Sona, and? Issei, she's a magician. Tip, surprised. Outside the council. Koneko, another magician, is in surprised. In the council. Sona, I mean, she's another magician and she's a nun, is that possible? Issei, well, where I come from there are nuns who are bearers of grimoires and some sisters were magicians of magical cavalry. Sona, I see. Issei, but in the church I felt the presence of fallen angels, seriously. Citrus, surprised. Tsubaki, but what do the fallen want with her? Issei, surely his grimoire, since they believe it is a sacred gear, but I am surprised that it is a 4-leaf clover. All 4 sheets, surprised. Issei, that's right, and his magic is plant healing, or I think it's plant, but well, that's it. Sona, I can't imagine if they have that grimoire. Issei, I don't even want to imagine if that happens. Sona, well, you can leave now, Issei. Issei, thank you. Sona leaves. Tsubaki, and I'm surprised you didn't reproach him for joining him, he's our ally. Sona, I know, but you already heard her, she's a magician and she surely cares about her people and also the innocent, and if she didn't, she wouldn't be called a magician king. Momo, true, and his dream is to be a magic king. Ruruko, I think it will be, and it will be the greatest of all. Narrator. It was the murmurs of the citrus pieces that were watched by Sona and her queen. Tsubaki. Wow, since Issei arrived, everyone is in a great hurry, just like us. Sona. You're right, and he'll surely be a great wise man. Citrus. But they think a queen is needed. Curious. Koneko. I'll be the magic queen, I'm sure. Narrator. The first classes pass normally, and during recess we see Issei sitting in a tree, but then Koneko arrives. Koneko. Excuse me, senpai, can I eat with you? Shy. Issei. Just say that he doesn't remember he's Gremory, it's not that difficult. Of course, I hate you, idiot. Impulse. Narrator. Koneko became happy and sat next to him, and they began to eat together, but Koneko decided to talk. Koneko. You senpai, I have a question. Issei. And what is it? Koneko. There are other magic cavalry besides the Black Bulls. Issei. If there are others. An explanation later. Issei. And that would be all. Koneko. Sugwai, with stars in her eyes and a poker face. Issei. Kawaii blushes. Koneko. By the way, no magic king has ever had a queen. Issei. Well, in thoughtful mode, that has never happened. I mean, that has never happened since the magic king needs experience to become the magic king, since he never left any offspring to leave heirs, since this has become like a competition for some magicians. Koneko. I see, but I have another question. Issei. And what is it? Koneko. The question is, how do you win a grimoire? Curious. Issei. Well, the grimoires choose their bearers depending on the magic power you have. For example, if you have the elemental power type, you will get a grimoire with one of those elements that you have. You will already know which grimoire you will have, since some are different from specialties and uncompleted spells. Koneko. I see, and as you know, I'm an Ikomata, and you think I touched a grimoire. Issei. Well, but there is a problem. Koneko. And what is it? Issei. They are your pieces. Koneko. What do you mean, senpai? Issei. You see, the evil pieces have a power that makes them grow to become a demon, but the grimoires are so powerful. But if it touches a servant, well, you would no longer have the pieces, and they believed it was treason, and I, gets up, would not like them to accuse you of treason. Koneko, surprised and blushing, senpai. Dian Dun. Issei. Well, it's better to go back to class. See you. Koneko leaves. Koneko. Issei senpai cares about me and doesn't want me to leave the clan, but sometimes I would like to leave her so as not to get close to Max senpai, but the truth is I don't want to leave the president, but I want to be with Issei senpai and be the magic queen. Issei. Because I told him, but it's the truth, since the Gremory would call traitors those who leave their clans without letting them talk. Those bastards wouldn't let them do it with her. Narrator. But they didn't realize that someone was listening to them, but it was two people. Sona. Wow, what I heard, and I'm surprised that he cares about Koneko and that she is a Gremory, but they are very greedy and they are capable of accusing her of betraying her if she does not have the pieces. With the other person. Akeno. Era. What an interesting boy, and the truth is that I am filled with curiosity about those grimoires, but I can't believe what I heard yesterday. Flashback. Akeno. Where is Koneko? Narrator. Akeno was walking in the corridors but felt the presence of Koneko in the council room. She had a doubt but felt a tremendous power that scared her, and saw when Issei took out his sword and introduced himself. Akeno. Incredible. Narrator. She also heard everything and more when he mentioned about the demon of Sir Shay, and she was surprised because she did not believe that he would do that, but she was surprised to hear about the Magician King and decided to leave. End of flashback. Akeno. I'm surprised that Mao sent a demon to finish off those people, but sees Issei. He is certainly an interesting person. Issei Hayadu. Narrator. We can see Issei walking in the night and somewhat thoughtful. Issei. I'm surprised at the way he finished off that fallen one. He. Narrator. If you're wondering, Issei went with the Citri clan to eliminate a rogue demon and saw the abilities of each piece. But in a moment of carelessness, Issei took out his sword and finished off the rogues so easily, and they praised him, but he felt that one of them was stuck to him. Issei. After that, those girls kept hitting me to stop that renegade, and I swear Sona and Tsubaki had faces of wanting to. Narrator. Issei continued walking but stopped when he saw that the door of a house was open, and out of curiosity he wanted to enter, but when he entered he smelled something unpleasant but stopped when he saw a corpse and was holding back from vomiting but heard a voice. Ha 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 ha, that's what happens for making contracts with demons. Narrator: Issei saw an albino man wearing a priest outfit, but he had a lunatic face. Issei: who are you and why did you do this to those people? Well, I'm Father Freed and I do this to make contracts with the demons, smiles maniacally. Issei: that's unforgivable, you even killed a family that had nothing to do with this, angrily. Look, young man, you better cooperate, or if you're with the demons then I'll kill you. Issei: many magicians have told me that and they are less crazy, well except for that Sally from the Eye of the White Knight. Yuff, trembles. Freed: hey, knowing that there are crazier people than me, that offends me. But oh well. Narrator: he saw that he took out a pistol and a white lightsaber. Freed: time for you to die. Narrator: Issei dodged the bullets and the stabs, but something happened. Kyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyyy Narrator: Issei felt a pain in his leg and saw that a bullet hit him, and he was bleeding, and he saw that the person who screamed was Asia, and he was surprised. Freed: Oh Asia, you already put up the barrier. Asia: Father Freed, what happens? Freed: True, you're new, so we eliminate those who make demon contracts, ha 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 ha. Asia: But sees Issei, surprised. Issei: Asia runs away, he's crazy. Freed: Ah, you know each other, what a pity I have to kill him. Narrator: Freed was about to kill him but saw that Issei took out his sword and blocked the attack but saw that the sword went out, surprising the two. Asia: So that's an anti-magic weapon. Freed: What did you do to my sword, damn it, angry. Issei: I just nullified your sword's magic since this sword is an anti-magic weapon. Freed: It doesn't matter, takes out another sword. Luckily I have another one and I don't think you'll do it while you have this. Bang. Narrator: Freed shot Issei again in the same leg, and he was on his knees complaining of pain, and Freed was about to kill him but stopped out of nowhere. Issei: What's up? Freed: Hey, why did I stop if I was about to kill him? Narrator: But Issei saw how some green vines entangled Freed and he fixed his gaze and saw that it was Asia who had her head down. Asia: Plant magic, looks up seriously, chains of Vianas. Issei: Asia, that's one of your spells, right? Asia: Yes, Issei and your father Freed have this. Narrator: They saw that the grimoire began to leaf through and when they stopped, it appeared as a giant winged flower from Asia. Asia: Plant magic. Narrator: They saw that the flower was closing but was shining. Freed: What will you do? Asia: Flowering sunray. Narrator: From the flower she threw a ray that hit Freed and sent him far away, and after that she went to Issei and healed Issei's leg and they decided to leave but they didn't realize that a blonde man was watching everything. Well, Issei, I see you found the first member of the Black Bulls and she has faith in you, so good luck and you'll surely be the Wizard King. He leaves a portal. Page 3, New member and appointment. Abandoned church. How did she escape Freed? Freed: It's not my fault, it was that bucking demon with the black sword. Wait, you said black sword? Freed: Yeah, that demo. Besides being crazy, he's an idiot. That boy isn't a demon, he's like her, a human. Freed: But what? Surprised. It doesn't matter, Kokobile wants that book, so tomorrow Reiner I want you to take her, and if you see that boy take him, or if he resists kill him, take his book. Reiner high walks, Issei Asia, worried. Opening. Narrator: We can see Issei with Asia in an alley breathing heavily since they had to escape when they met Freed and that many fallen were also approaching and luckily they escaped in time. Issei: That was close and thanks Asia. Asia. Issei Asia, confused. Asia Issei, sees her crying, Issei, hugs him crying. Issei, surprised and confused. Issei: What's up, Asia? Asia: Because of you, you got involved in something in my life and you're hurt because of me, you probably hate me, crying. Narrator: Issei didn't know what to say and felt bad seeing her, and without further ado he reciprocated the hug. But Issei, ugh? Asia, Issei worried. Issei, I'm fine, I'm still sore from that madman's light bullets. Asia, Issei, you have to be healed. Issei, we better go to my house here and we'll heal him there, yeah? Asia, hey, let's go. Narrator. And so they both left, although Issei tried hard to advance until he reached a house almost as big as a mansion that left Asia amazed when she saw it. Asia, wow, your house is beautiful, Issei. Issei, yes, sits on a sofa in the living room and takes out his sword. Asia, what will you do, Issei? Narrator. Issei didn't say anything, but with a single touch where the wound was they saw that the bullets came out and vanished. Asia, what did you do? Surprised? Issei, as I told you, my sword is anti-magic and those bullets had magic, so they came out and were cancelled. Asia, I see, well, my turn. Narrator. Asia used her magic and completely healed Issei's leg. Issei, wow, that plant magic is useful. Asia, well, it also allows me to use it as a map. Issei, hey Asia, I have a question. Asia, and what is it? Issei, are you from this world? Asia, hi. Issei, so how did you get a grimoire? Only in the kingdom where the magicians are there they get them, unless. Asia, you're right, here I go, well, you see, I'm an orphan. Issei, oh. Asia, I grew up in an orphanage in a church and I had beliefs in the Lord, but they told me that when they found me I had a strange book and many tried to open it, and one day my magic woke up when I touched a little flower and I saw that I can make flowers and I can even heal people and I felt happy. But something happened that changed everything. Issei, and what would it be? Asia, well, I found old stories about some magicians with grimoires and I discovered that this power is magic, and also stories of the magician king, and that surprises me. Issei, yes, I also got excited when I heard about him, but you waited too long for your grimoire to awaken, right? Asia, yes, I was hoping to be 15 but something happened. Issei, and that would be? Asia, that I. Issei, what? Asia, cure a demon. Issei, you cured a demon, surprised? Asia, I saw that he had a wound on his chest and I used my magic to heal him, and he said that one day he will come someday, but after that there were some sisters who saw me and they told me that I was a witch since they saw that I also healed demons, and I was shocked that the one I healed was a demon, and I understood that he set a trap for me, Tear comes out. Issei, damn that demon, annoyed, and what happened? Asia, the church tried to kill me and out of desperation my grimoire activated and I used a spell to escape, and when I did I was training my magic, and one day I met a friend I made in the faraway, but I felt a magic that could surpass mine, and it emerged that there was another magician. Issei, I guess he's talking about me when I discovered Reiner's plan to kill me the day before yesterday, curious. Asia, you know, when I arrived I wanted to meet that magician and have friends, but I met you and I was surprised to see your grimoire, but I felt sad about how you got hurt for me and I don't want that. She starts to cry. Issei, plus poor thing, she suffered like me and had no one. Wait, what did Yami tell me when he recruited me? Flashback. Issei. Yami, hey brat, you're quiet and can I tell why? Issei. You know, I've been wondering why would you have helped me if I had died? Yami, listen to me Issei, when I saw you, I saw that you suffered a lot and I saw my former comrades who suffered a lot over the years and you reminded me of a short and very screaming boy. Issei, but what happens if I don't succeed or accept someone? Yami, you know why I accepted mine? Issei, like curious. Yami, because they have had doubts and have suffered a lot, although before I didn't care. But seeing their efforts thanks to a rookie made me understand that what makes people special are their feelings. So, Niels, I hope when you become a captain you also choose your own who have suffered the same. Understood? Issei, hi Yami, smiling. End of flashback. Issei, so that's what Yami told me about those I choose, not only for their power but also for their feelings of what they have experienced. Goes to Asia. I hope she knows what I do. Asia, I understand what you went through. Asia, so surprised. Issei, well, I felt that way. I never felt the love of my parents, only my brothers, and they kicked me out of the house, and I felt like I would die for a few fallen, but a person came who gave me a chance at life, and I want to ask you something, Asia. Asia, how curious. Issei, you know how you know I don't have a group, right? Asia, it's true, I thought it would be received by people, but from what I see, you still don't have one. Issei, well, until today. Asia, Issei, well, maybe it sounds strange, but size, Asia, you want to be a black bull. Asia, surprised. Asia, seriously, Issei, do you want me to be one of your guild? Surprised. Issei, that's Asia. Asia, but because I say I don't have a powerful power even though my grimoire is 4 leaves because depressed. Issei, listen, when I was named captain, the old man asked me how I would recruit my people. Asia as Issei, I will choose those who feel special, not for their titles or their power, since there is something that the demonic factions and anyone forget. Asia, what? Issei, it's the feelings. That's what makes them special if they are able to give everything to help others, and that's why you, Asia, are special. Like you helped me when Freed attacked me and you did it for your heart, so you say, Asia, I want, silenced by a hug from Asia. Asia, hi sniff, I accept being a black bull, smiling with tears. Issei, very well, puts a brooch on Asia. Asia, for a brooch, Issei, curious. Issei, press it. Narrator, Asia did what he said, and when she did, her cloak came out and surprised her. Issei, well, Asia, maybe it's exaggerated, but takes out his sword. In the name of Issei Hayate, captain of the Black Bulls, now Asia Arento, you are officially a member of the Black Bulls. Moving his sword, welcome, smiling. Asia, hi, I promise I won't let you down, captain, a military salute. Issei, hee, I'm going to get used to this. Elsewhere. Rias, but what happened here? Narrator, there was the Gremory clan in the house where Issei and Asia escaped from Freed and watching the massacre of a client. Rias, what could I do? Max, I don't understand what happened. Koneko, I detect energy from a reincarnated priest. Issei, it must have been Freed again. Saji, that crazy guy, what does he want now? Annoyed. Akeno, Rias detected something. Rias, what is Akeno? Akeno, well, I feel a power that is on another level than destruction. Everyone, hey, surprised. Max, just kidding. Issei, and if it is, it's impossible. Akeno, let's see through the cameras here. Kiba, I wonder what happened. Narrator, Akeno made a magic circle and immediately showed Issei entering the house. Koneko, senpai, surprised. Max, what is the useless guy doing? Narrator, but they see that Freed was going to attack, but they see that he takes out his grimoire. Issei, what are you going to do with that battered book? Saji, I don't think so. Narrator, but they were surprised to see that he took out a giant sword and nullified Freed's sword, but they saw what happened with Asia's arrival, although Max and Saji had a perverted face, but they saw what he did and left. Koneko, is that none the magician senpai spoke of? Rias, wow, I've never seen a sacred gear like that at the academy. I plan to talk to you, Issei Hayate. Dragons, that power is perhaps magicians. The next day. Narrator, we can see Issei in a restaurant while at a table was Asia eating a hamburger, and Issei had to explain to Sona since he found out something about yesterday. Sona, so that Asia Arento is from your group, right? Issei, yes, and also I won't come since I promised to show her the city since she is new. Sona, I see, but don't worry, I'll be on the lookout for any activity in case something happens. Issei, yes, thank you, Kai. Sona, tell me, Sona, even though you've been here for a few days, we liked you, Issei. Issei, well, thanks, hangs up and returns to Asia. Asia, who was she? Issei, it was Sona Citri. Asia, I still can't believe you allied with a Citri and also with a Gremory. Issei, yes, I don't believe it either since Sir Shay is responsible for the demon that was defeated by the first Magic King, don't you believe it? Asia, yes, they are not trustworthy, but with her it is different, right? Issei, yes, she is like us since she did not have a good life, and I do not blame them. The Nikomata are prized by the lust of men, and that is why they hunt them. Asia, that's right, hey Issei. Issei, what's up? Asia, Eto, can we go to the playground? Issei, I understand from me, smiles, we will gladly go. Narrator, that left Asia giving a tender smile, and after eating they went to a park where Asia had fun as well as Issei, and we see them now on a bench. Asia, it was fun, Issei. Issei, I'm happy for you. Asia, hey Issei, I have a question. Issei, and what is it? Asia, do you have any dreams for the future? Issei, well, at first I didn't have a dream since I just waited for death, but when I found out about this and learned about the Magician King, I decided on a goal that I want to achieve. Asia, and what is it? Issei, I want to be the Wizard King. Asia, surprised, I'm sure he will. Narrator, he couldn't finish because Issei took out his sword and blocked a spear, and they saw that in the sky was Reiner. Issei, what do you want, Reiner? Reiner, I'm coming for Asia. Asia, Reiner, don't do it. Issei, you know her, Asia. Asia, she is the person I told you was my friend. Issei, I see, sees Reiner, forget it, I won't let you take her since she's my group. Reiner, come on, she has to. Issei, so they kill her, and believing that what she has is a sacred jarg. Narrator, they both watched in horror as he was pierced by a spear of light, and saw a fallen angel in a trench coat. Both, Dohnaseek, surprised. Dohnaseek, okay Asia, grabbing a rope, time to go. Narrator, she tried to force herself, but they took her while Issei was dying while he saw them take her. Issei, us Asia Asia extends his hand. Page 4, The Rescue of Asia. Issei ag. Narrator, they both watched in horror as he was pierced by a spear of light, and saw a fallen angel in a trench coat. Both, Dohnaseek, surprised. Dohnaseek, okay Asia, grabbing a rope, time to go. Narrator, she tried to force herself, but they took her while Issei was dying while he saw them take her. Issei, us Asia Asia extends his hand. Opening. House of Issei. Narrator, in the room was Issei harassed with a scarf on his head, but Issei Asia wakes up suddenly, but what? Narrator, the one who was at home but remembers what happened but had a doubt. Issei, how did I get here? I swallowed you. Narrator, he saw that it was Reiner and stood on guard, but he didn't have his grimoire. Reiner, calm down, your book and case are on the furniture, pointing to the furniture. Issei, takes, because you swallowed me. Reiner, to take care of you, but your book emitted a strange aura that healed your wound. Issei, I thought it was because the spears of light are poisonous magic, and since my power is anti-magic, I repelled the magic of the spear and thus saved myself. Reiner, and where are you going? Issei, I'll go to Asia. Reiner, wait, I'll go, seriously. Issei, and you can know why. If you do it they will consider you a traitor. Reiner, I'd rather be one than a slave, clenching a fist, no more knowing that I'm being tricked into killing the only one who kept her company and me. Narrator, Issei felt a breeze coming out of her and was surprised. Issei, is she releasing magic to it? Can't be. Narrator, Reiner is enveloped in a dark purple aura and lightning bolts surround her. Reiner, I curse them, so do Dohnaseek, and also you, I curse you, grrrr. Narrator, the aura was so big that his hair stood up and some lightning bolts came out, and it sounded like thunder in them. Issei, it's an incredible mana and it keeps growing, is it possible that she... Reiner, I curse you, I curse you, I curse you, Kokabeel. Narrator, she expelled the tremendous power, but before she followed it in front of them a torrent of mana came out. They didn't know what was happening, but they saw that a book that was in front of Reiner appeared from the ground, and out of curiosity she took it, and when she did the mana went away and they saw that it was a purple book, but it had some decorated rays, but on the cover it shows a 4-leaf clover but some rays surrounding it. Reiner, but what? Issei, unbelievable, a grimoire, surprised. Reiner, Grimoire, wait, you say this, pointing at the book. This is a grimoire and so is your book, surprised. Issei, and that makes you a magician. Reiner, Segui. Narrator, they heard that voice and saw that Koneko was inside. Issei, Koneko, what are you doing here? Reiner, she passed by the park and helped me bring you. Issei, I see, I think it's time. Koneko, I'll go with you, senpai. I know you're not happy with the Gremory, but let me go with you, please. Issei, okay, you'll go, but you have to hide your Gremory essence so she doesn't know. Koneko, hi. Issei, well, it's time, let's rescue Asia, serious. Time skip. Narrator, we can see the small group of black bulls at the entrance of the church. Issei, well, this is where they have it ready. Reiner, sure, I'll try my tricks, taking out her grimoire. Koneko, I'm always ready, senpai. Issei, alright, let's go. Narrator, Issei broke down the door and there was no one inside but. Wow, it's the boy with the sword with the traitor and a vile demon. Reiner, freed, serious. Freed, and if they go with that nun they have time since it seems they can't remove her sacred gear. Issei, we have plenty of time since if they think about killing her, her grimoire would be gone forever to look for another one, serious. Narrator, but they saw that fallen angels arrived but. Reiner, I'll take care of it, Issei, it's time to test my power. Issei, okay, look for something. Narrator, they saw his grimoire float which surprised Freed but some purple lightning bolts formed. Reiner, dark ray magic dark spears. Narrator, he threw the spears and managed to completely finish off the fallen who were heading towards him, but Freed managed to escape. Reiner, he was a coward and ran away. Issei, we'll leave that for later. For now, we have to find where they have Asia. Koneko, senpai, I found her. Issei, where is it? Narrator, Koneko moved a piece of furniture that showed a secret passage and they decided to go down. In another room. Narrator, a camera showed Dohnaseek and Asia hanging on a cross but. Dohnaseek, because I couldn't extract your sacred gear. Asia, I told you it's not sacred gear, it's mana what I do. Dohnaseek, if you don't tell me how I'll kill you. Asia, something tells me he's not smart, with a drop. Dohnaseek, well, what I know this book only answers you. Narrator, he saw Dohnaseek summon a spear of light and approach Asia. Dohnaseek, maybe if I kill you, that book will choose me. He puts the tip in Asia and presses. Asia, screaming in pain, Issei. Boom. Dohnaseek, but what a pug. Narrator, he felt a blow and saw that Koneko hit him and sent him far away. Koneko, are you okay? Asia, what are you doing here? Gremory Tower, angry but weak. Koneko, I came to help Issei senpai's classmate. Asia, hey, Issei is here. Yes, Asia. Narrator, she sees Issei who came in but also Reiner. Asia, what is Reiner doing? Reiner, we came to sack Rate. Narrator, with her magic from her grimoire, she throws some spears that broke the chains, but Issei caught her in time, but they took the spear from him, but he had a wound and bleeding, but luckily Issei's grimoire reacted and took the magic from the spear. Asia, thanks Issei, hugs him. Issei, hey, I would never abandon my people but we have to go. Narrator, but they dodge a spear of light and see that Dohnaseek was flying slowly. Dohnaseek, they're not going anywhere, seriously. Issei, this guy doesn't give up. Narrator, the fallen one launched himself but Reiner threw a distraction spear at him, and they took advantage of it to escape at the entrance of the passageway. They put a statue to block the entrance. Asia, you think that's enough? Koneko, I don't think it will be. Poem. Narrator, the statue was destroyed and shown to Dohnaseek with an annoyed look. Dohnaseek, I knew you were going to betray us, Reiner, as I was thinking of discarding you, and I don't care, I just want the fallen to make a war since you are weak. Narrator, it should be said that Reiner was sad but they feel a powerful aura but they see Issei with his eyes covered by his hair. Issei, and that it's a week she decided to save her since she is like her sister, but what makes me sick is, takes his sword out of the grimoire. Dohnaseek, how did you get it? Tell me, throws a spear but Issei nullifies it. How is it possible? Issei, nobody will tell you something, nobody is insult no one and more, increases its aura. Koneko senpai. Asia Issei. Issei, nobody tried to kill two my comrades. Narrator. He shot a great black and red aura and threw himself at Dohnaseek, who hit him several times with the sword but sent him to the ground, but Dohnaseek seized Issei with fear, and when he approached he raised his sword but not before making a magic circle, but he stuck his sword to his chest but broke the circle but not before. Dohnaseek, who you are? Issei, I'm Issei, the future wizard king. Narrator. And then he killed him, and when he drew the sword he was hugged by the girls, but when they were about to leave. Issei, now what will you do, Reiner? Reiner, the truth is I'm not sure because as you know I don't know what I'll do. Asia, how about being part of the Issei Black Bulls? Issei, well, it doesn't sound bad and he also earned it. Reiner, hey, sure. Issei, if you earned it because you went to save Asia knowing that you would be considered a traitor, but your courage proved it, putting a button on them, and from this coming the mantle of the group, now you are of the Black Bulls. Narrator. It should be said that she was surprised, but Asia hugged her with happiness, and so did she. Reiner. I'll give my best, but one condition. Issei, which? Reiner. That now I will be Yuma Amano. Issei. He smiles. Very good, Yuma. Asia, see Koneko go, Koneko. Koneko, what's up? Asia, I want to thank you even though you're a Gremory, I really appreciate it, smiling. Issei, Asia is right, thanks Koneko. Koneko, senpai, surprised. Issei, yes I have. Narrator. Issei threw something at her while she caught it, and saw a brooch, but it had a bull engraved on it, but she recognized it, but she sees that Issei gave a thumbs up and left with his companions, and Koneko left smiling from a magic circle but not before. Koneko, thank you Issei, leaving. The next day, council room. Narrator. From the door of the council Issei entered, but Sona and her entourage were. Sona, hi Issei. Issei, what's up Sona? Tsubaki, hey, how you feel now that you have two new members of your side? Issei, well I feel good but I didn't think I would have two new members in just 1 day and a half Rhea, but you acted well. Issei, yes, and I think if I continue like this I could become the wise man. Citrus, we are with you Issei. Issei, thank you, well, I want to introduce you to the new. Narrator. Asia and Reiner entered through the door, wearing their cloaks. Asia, a pleasure, I'm Asia Argent. Yuma, and I am Yuma Amano. Both a pleasure. Tsubasa, an incredible magician fall, surprised. Issei, yes I know well. Sorry for the delay, senpai. Narrator. Everyone saw that Koneko entered with her cloak. Sona, Koneko, why do you have that cloak? Koneko, well now I'm an official member of the Black Bulls, a pleasure. All ehhhh. Black Bulls, it won't end well ha. Narrator. The Citrus argued with Koneko, but some talked with Yuma and Asia and showed them their grimoires and magic before Issei's gaze, who sketched a smile. Issei, I hope you're proud of me since I finally have my members. I just wish you were here, but I know I'll always strive for the Black Bulls to be recognized, and I'll be ready. Yami smiles. Elsewhere. Narrator. In a room an older blonde man was watching Issei in a sphere and gave a smile. You are definitely getting stronger, boy, and I know that Yami would be proud of you Issei. Hopefully in the future you will be a great magic king and maybe teach whoever takes your place Issei, although, looks at a corner of the council room. I have a feeling that soon the factions will know you. Narrator. He said that in the window a strange bird was seen watching the council. A fight will soon break out between the fire of the phoenix against the power of anti-magic. I hope you are prepared Issei, since you will surely beat him easily. Elsewhere underworld. Narrator. A small blonde was looking at a sphere in the council room but saw her gaze fixed on Issei and then saw the bookcase where he has his grimoire. So that's the 5-leaf clover grimoire where they have the famous sword, the Demon's Slayer, and that boy must be the captain. Seeing Issei, they look like the 2 dragon emperors, but from what I see he's not like them. He'll surely manage to break the engagement and free my brother from these sufferings. I hope you can do it, Issei, captain of the Black Bulls, please, through tears. Narrator. And so ends another day of Issei and his new group members, but after that an unexpected fight will appear for everyone and for them, and someone will be revealed who will change for the future. Ret Mago. Page 5. Finding a familiar for summons. Narrator. It's been 2 weeks since the Angels and the recruitment of their first members, and things were improving with the Citrus, and they managed to get both into the academy, and keeping away from the Gremory and Koneko secretly hung out with the Black Bulls and made good friends with them, and Issei began to trust her, although at first he got nervous when Koneko sat on his lap, but he got used to it, and with Haruko too, but he was very happy that she already has 2 group members since he feels that she is a few steps away from achieving her goal. At the moment. Narrator. We can see Issei in the lotus position, but he had his sword in his hands. He seemed very concentrated, which made him surrounded by a black aura with red and blue and more. His sword that seconds later stopped emanating, and he reacted. Issei. It seems it's growing more than the last time when, remember what happened at the church. Since Yami told me that someone reached a form thanks to my grimoire, all that's left is to find the other swords and be the Magician King and discover what that men's hair is planning. Something's up, Issei. Narrator. He heard that and saw that it was Sona who spoke to him. Issei. Nothing, Sona. I was just concentrating the power I felt 2 weeks ago. Sona. Yes, as Koneko explained to us, you released a black and red aura that made you stronger to finish off the fallen. Issei. Yes, gets up. It would be better if I returned to class since Tsubaki told me that they have plans. Sona. Yes, you better come back since Asia and Yuma are waiting for you. Issei. If we see each other. Sona leaves. Sona sighs. Wow, it's been 3 weeks since Issei arrived, looks at the window, but remembers the demon who faced the first Magic King. I hope Rias doesn't do something stupid like what she will do, because of what Issei will do. He will give his all to be the Magic King, seriously. Narrator. But I didn't know that a bat saw and heard Sona while a redhead heard everything. Rias. Maybe he is against me and my family, but what is that Magic King thing? Time skip. Narrator. We can see at the base of the Black Bulls, Issei's house, the group of Black Bulls and the Citrus sitting. Rhea. Wow, this base is great. Yuma. Yes, but Issei says there is one in the land of the magicians. The base is very large. Momo. Hey, and Koneko, where is Asia? She said she is with the Gremory clan for a matter of renegade demons. Yuma. I just hope they don't suspect us, because I have a feeling they do. Tsubaki. I want to see that. Narrator. But they see that Issei and Sona arrived. Issei. It looks like everyone is having fun. Haruko. Of course it's fun to be with you guys, Tsubasa. Yes. And I think it's more fun being with you than with that living tomato. Issei. Okay, but anyway, Asia and Reiner, we have to go. Both. Sona, where are they going? Issei. We'll go get his summoning spell. Yuma. So we'll learn that. Excited. Asia. How good, and where will we have that? Issei. Simple, in the Forest of Familiars. All E. Sona. The Forest of Relatives is serious. Issei. Yes, we will look for the summoning spells for them. Tsubasa. But how will they do it, since I don't think it's time to go? Issei. Hey, a magician doesn't need permission to go to a forest, well, except for Forest B, from what I heard from there. Asia. Then we're leaving. Issei. Yes, and Sona, I asked you a favor, and that is to watch Rias, since I saw her familiar spying and I suspect that she is spying on us. Sona. I see, and don't worry, you'll be in good hands. Issei. Thanks, Sona, I knew I could count on you, strokes his head. Sona smiles, blushing. Citrus. Jealous? Asia. Pouting but showing signs of anger and gloomy eyes. Yuma. Red eyes and emanating dark rays. Issei. Okay, let's go. Tsubaki. But how will they leave, since I don't think you have space magic? Curious. Issei. It's simple. Narrator. The sack was like a mini door, and when he threw it, it became the size of a door, and then it opened and showed like a portal that surprised everyone. Issei. With this we will take. Yuma. Great, let's go. Asia. Me too. Issei. Stop first, touches the brooch and his cloak appears. Yuma. Oh right, the mantle does the same. Asia. It's true, same, he. Issei. Anyway, see you tomorrow, Sona and girls, take care. Sona, and as if to prove it, kisses her cheek. Citrus AH. Asia/Yuma, impacted. Issei blushes and that. Sona, a token of appreciation from the Citri clan, smiles. Issei ahem, okay Asia, Yuma, we're going, see you tomorrow girls. Narrator _ the black bulls entered the portal, and when they all entered the doors closed and remained that way. Tsubaki, Kaicho maybe you would be. Sona, well sooner or later one of us had to do it, and I took advantage of it he. Citrus, you win for now Kaicho. Sona, well, it would be better to leave. See you tomorrow. Citrus, of course. Narrator. The Citrus were retreating, but Sona was thoughtful and remembering what she did. Sona, Issei, I hope that I can be the magic queen, I hope. Narrator. And they left the house while the black bulls are in the forest of the relatives. Forest of relatives. Narrator. In a forest that looks terrifying, a door appears and from it come the black bulls. Yuma, so this is the forest of familiars. Asia, wow, although it looks a bit scary. Issei, yes, it looks like that, but let's look for better relatives, take the door, it would be better to take the door so that no one takes it. Yuma, good thinking, Captain. Asia, that's true. Issei, well, let's find relatives. Narrator, they began to walk to the forest, but they saw that relatives were flying in the sky and also some terrestrial relatives were passing through the trees. Asia, wow, there are so many relatives here, but Issei, how can we choose? Issei, well, I thought that his summoning familiars would have the power of his magic and grimoire. Yuma, I can understand that and. Narrator, he could not finish because they heard a sound and saw that from the trees came out something like a gigantic green snake that some details looked like a plant and another creature that was a black zebra but some details gave the shape of a lightning bolt. Asia, wow, those creatures are so cool, with stars in her eyes. Yuma, yes. Narrator, but both of their grimoires emanated mana and they saw that their relatives saw them and were approaching, which made them nervous. Issei, don't worry, they won't hurt you. It seems they consider your grimoires and I think they want to be with you. Narrator, both see that their relatives are in front of them, the snake in front of Asia and the zebra in Yuma. Asia, do you want to be my familiar? Snake SSS. Yuma, you're equal. Zebra PHH. Issei, well, take out your grimoires and touch both of their heads. Both, they take out their grimoires and touch each other's heads. Asia, and now what? Issei, emanate mana and name your relatives. Asia, okay, seize the snake, now we will be friends and you will be called Sepperleaf. Narrator, when he said this, the pages of his grimoire opened to blank ones where some words and the image of his familiar appeared. Yuma, and now we will be stronger, and you will be strikes. Narrator, the same thing happened to her and both relatives were happy that they went out with their mistresses. Issei, hee now we go. Narrator, I don't finish because his grimoire emanated mana. Asia, Issei, your grimoire emanates mana. Yuma, so there is a relative linked to you. Issei, but what could you be? Growl. Narrator, they heard that and the girls' relatives were scared and everyone saw that they saw something that amazed and terrified some of them, and it was seeing a black oriental dragon. Issei Asia Yuma, a dragon which is the dark dragon. Dragon, Groawl. Asia, no it can't be the dark dragon is here scared. Yuma, I heard that many tried to kill him but they didn't come out unharmed and alive nervous. Narrator, the relatives were nervous since they know what that dragon is like, but the dragon stares at Issei, who approached and they moved away. Asia, what's up? Yuma, maybe the dragon felt the power of Issei's grimoire, but I don't know if it caught his attention or he'll finish him off, scared. Issei, calm down, touches his grimoire. Dragon, growling, approaches. Issei, hey, calm down. Narrator, but the dragon was positioning himself for something that alerted the others. Issei, stop. Narrator, but the dragon stopped when he saw Issei, a dark aura, and behind him, only the dragon, see a figure with horns and eyes that made the dragon approach Issei calmly, which surprised everyone. Asia, wow, calm down. Yuma, he must have a power that made him look imposing. Issei, so you want to be my familiar? Dragon, growling, conscious. Issei takes out his grimoire and touches the dragon's head. Now you will accompany me on this journey to become the new Wizard King. We will fight together and save together with the Black Bulls, and you will be Nero. Narrator, now Issei's grimoire showing some pages where his familiar was, and now the dragon known as Nero gave a roar and throwing a flare of blue fire into the sky, and Asia and Yuma's familiars joined in. Asia, it's incredible that you have that familiar, Issei. Yuma, you would certainly make a great Wizard King. Issei, thanks girls. Well. Narrator, they see that the familiars shone and each one entered each other's grimoire. Asia, what happened? Issei, since they are also summoning magic, they will remain in our grimoires. Yuma, are they like Pokemon? Issei, yes exactly, good time to go, the door appears, let's go. Both, hi. Narrator, the Black Bulls entered the door, and when they closed the door disappeared, but what they didn't know is that a hooded man saw. Hooded man, it can't be that some humans with some books caught relatives and that boy caught the dark dragon. What will I tell Mao-sama when he finds out that a human has the dragon? I'd better leave. Narrator, the hooded man was going to leave, but he was incinerated by flames and there was a figure. I won't let that useless guy hurt the only savior of our family. He takes out a card. I hope he accepts to save my brother from that damned guy. Narrator, the figure went in a magic circle where in the center it had a bird engraved. Page 6. The arrival of the Phoenix and the proposal. The next day. Narrator, at the Black Bull's base were the Sitri clan and the Black Bull's mages who were showing their relatives, although they were almost fainting when they saw Nero, Issei's relative, since they know about the dark dragon. Sona, it's incredible that you have a familiar who is most wanted by the demons and fallen, Empress. Issei, of course, I didn't expect to have the most wanted dragon, but I'm surprised that he saw the power of my grimoire and accepted, right friend? Nero, conscious. Sona, how do you know he's a male? Issei, well, sometimes when it's an animal you first tell it the synonyms of a verb between the genders and sometimes it answers what you say. I mean, if it's male it makes a grunt, and if it's female the same, but if you say the gender it isn't, it doesn't respond, more or less like cats. Sona, I see. Issei, and Koneko is still with the Gremorys. Sona, well, yes, an important notice with her. Issei, I see. Asia, Issei-san, the girls invited us for a walk, do you want to go? Issei, don't have fun, I have work to do. Reiner, sure Issei. Issei, yes, I need to send a report of the group's progress to the Magician King, and since they are new, it would be an opportunity for them to get to know the world. Meguri, Issei is right, better fun. Asia, okay. Reiner, take care Issei. Narrator, they returned their summons to their grimoires as did Izuku, so that the girls could leave the base and leave Issei alone in the house while he made the report of his group and sent it to a kind of machine that took the report. Issei, well, let's see how he will feel when he finds out about the dark dragon that is my summon, and also the girls, well, sees the clock, it's time for the next one. Narrator, then on the ground a yellow circle appeared where a bird was engraved while a tornado of fire emerged from it. I see you accepted my message, the voice was heard inside the circle. Issei, well, that should be known about you, Revel Phoenix. Narrator, from the circle came a short blonde girl with drill pigtails, but what she detailed was having a tail of phoenix feather. Revel, well, but I'm glad you accepted my letter, Captain of the Black Bulls. Issei Hayadu smiles. Narrator, after Revel arrived, they were both sitting in one of the armchairs at the base and drinking tea. Revel, wow, this is good. Issei, yes, in the Clover Kingdom they have the best ingredients. Well, what is the reason for the letter you sent me, Revel? Revel, you see it's something about my family and my brother. Issei, Revel or Razor? Revel, Razor, sad. Issei, and what happens? Revel, well, what do you know about him? Issei, well, it is said that he is the heir of the Phoenix House, also a perverted womanizer, but before there were rumors that he was not like that and he was only pretending. Revel, that's the reason for this. Issei, I mean he's not like that. Revel, no, in fact he pretended that since many saw lustful eyes in his entourage since they lost everything they loved, they were even banished, betrayed or unjustly accused and framed for things they did not do. Issei, I mean he protected his entourage and you. Revel, yes, a big reason why he never got married is because if he gets married, someone would go after us and well, you can imagine. Issei, I see, but something bad is happening, right? Revel, yes, the truth is today he shows up with his fiancée and well, for a long time he was against that marriage that suddenly Razor changed. Issei, how about you tell me that he? Revel, he accepted the marriage, sad, and he is becoming self-centered that the others and we worry and my parents too, but don't you feel something? Issei, what did you notice? Revel, when we tried to get him to do what he did before his eyes seemed to glaze over and he had a headache, but he did it again. Issei, then he is being manipulated, isn't he? Revel, I told my parents that he was being manipulated and they got worried, and when he was sleeping we secretly tried to remove it, but that magic was very strong and impossible to break. Issei, hey, I have a question, who will your brother marry? Revel, with Rias Gremory. Issei, just as I suspected. Revel, what? Issei, did you realize who put the seal on it? Revel, I know who put it there, or rather, I discovered it when my brother was already possessed. Issei, who put him? Revel, the mouse Sir Lucifer, he was the one who put the spell on her, angry. Issei, I knew it. Issei, so the Mao Lucifer put that spell, but why? Revel, from what I know, if the Phoenixes marry the Gremorys, they only expect them to give an heir with both powers, and that's why she did it, to have that. Issei, and I imagine that it is also so that the blood of pure-blooded demons grows more. Revel, I just want to see the kind brother I know, sad, that's why I want to give a proposal. Issei, and what is it? Revel, let you face my brother before I fight Rias rating game. Issei, and because I. Revel, I've been watching you since I felt a presence in your grimoire, and I saw that with that sword you can nullify magic, and I thought that you could remove the control magic. Issei, you know how is your family's situation, I understand that you are trying to find a way not. Revel, you have no idea what we girls suffer too, she too. Issei, Razor has a lover. Revel, no, just that Razor's queen is in love with him, but she's mad because if we don't free him he'll distance himself from her, and she'll get engaged to a demon pig, that's why I want you to free him. Issei, you know what I don't like about this demon thing, especially this menstruation hair, that it ruins other people's lives because of its whims. Revel, yes, and I see that you suffered. Issei, how do you have no idea? First he almost killed the Clover Kingdom when he sent the demon, and for that day, remembers a man lying with blood in his mouth and this one kneeling while crying. I will not forgive him for that, annoyed, so I will accept your proposal, and I do it so that the Phoenix can be together again with their son. Revel, thank you, Captain Issei. Issei, and when will I fight against him? Revel, just wait until I tell my parents, and I'll give you the answer. Issei, of course I hope so. Narrator, she leaves but not before giving him a box. Issei, Phoenix tears. Revel, you'll need it in combat. Issei, of course Revel, I'll wait for him. Revel, see you, leaves through a magic circle. Issei sighs, what did you hear so much? Narrator, he sees that the girls came in. Sona, enough. Tsubaki, don't expect Razor to be manipulated by Lucifer. Reiner, without a doubt that menstruation not only makes people suffer, annoyed. Asia, and you will Issei. Issei, Of course the Phoenix are suffering, so I'll do it. Just wait for the plane. Narrator. It didn't end when an envelope with the Phoenix seal appeared. Rhea, a Phoenix envelope. Momo, wow, that was fast. Yura, let's see what he says. Narrator. Issei opened the envelope to begin reading it. Asia, what does Issei say? Curious. Issei, well, he already told me when the raiding game against the Gremorys will be, which will be in 10 days, but he mentioned that his family is in agreement with the confrontation. All happy. Megumi, but when will your fight be? Issei _ they want me to train since the fight will be in 5 days, that is, 5 days before the meeting with the Gremory. Ruruko, then you will train. Issei, you know that I do, and also I must not let my guard down in case there is a trap. So Asia, Reiner, you will be attentive if there is a trick from Sir in the arena where the Gremorys will face each other, because I will fight there. Both hi. Sona, I'll keep an eye on the fight and will also be on guard for a convenient one, right girls? Citrus, hi. Issei, very well, so these 5 days we will be prepared. All yes. Phoenix Castle. Narrator, we can see Ravel and an older couple. Well, daughter. Ravel, I hope you accept what was agreed upon, father. Lady, Phoenix, I'm nervous to see if I accept. Nervous. Ravel, don't worry, mother, he accepted the fight proposal. He'll surely accept the date, smiling. Lord, Phoenix, let's hope so, daughter, let's just hope that boy helps with our son. Narrator, before they could continue talking, they saw that the envelope she had sent had appeared. Open. Lady, Phoenix, what did he do? Ravel, I have it, see letter. Narrator, she started to read the answer and remained silent, worrying her parents. Lord, Phoenix, daughter. Ravel, very quiet. Lady, Phoenix, daughter, who says? Ravel, he says that the next 5 days he will train for his fight. Lord Phoenix, I mean hopeful. Ravel, he accepted the fight which will be in 5 days, smiling. Narrator, the patriarchs were so happy they seemed to be celebrating, but Ravel stopped them. Ravel, wait, he wrote something. Narrator, they both paid attention, but the father thought he wanted something in return, but Ravel says his recruits will be secretly watching the area. Both the Lady, Phoenix, because that Ravel, they suspect that the fight in the area where the Gremory will fight is fixed, and that is why they will send 2 people and the Citri clan will be aware of it. Lord Phoenix, I understand what you're saying. The truth is I would also be aware of that. It's better to send some demons and Ravel, wait, but they would detect the energy of the Phoenix in the field, and as they will know their companions are not demons, that would make things easier, but the Citrus would observe through some screens. Lady Phoenix, that's a great idea. You better be aware of it. Ravel, yeah, well, I'll tell the others, and in the meantime tell Razor that he'll have a fight. Lord Phoenix, it's the best. Ravel, thank you, Walks. Lady Phoenix, by the way, daughter, a question. Ravel, yes. Lady Phoenix, what is the boy's name? Ravel, I'll just say his name is Issei Hayadu, the captain of the Black Bulls and also the bearer of a very powerful and dangerous weapon. Both, 8 surprised. Ravel, well, I'm leaving. He leaves. Lord Phoenix, he said he has a powerful weapon. Lady Phoenix, I hope that boy can help us with our son. Lord Phoenix, I know Issei, perhaps you recruited him, Yami. With Ravel. Narrator, Ravel, I hope I can count on your help, Captain Issei, because my brother depends on all of this. Narrator, what I didn't know is that the situation of the Phoenix is seen by a man. Elsewhere. Narrator, a man was watching the situation of the Phoenix. Well, it's understandable why you accepted Issei, and I don't blame you. We all hate Sir for this, so I hope you achieve it, and so it's possible that you will be the Magician King, because I think that you will be my successor. Smiles. Page 7. The fight begins. The next day. Narrator, we can see the Citri clan and the Black Bulls who had their cloaks on. Issei, well girls, today is the fight and you know your position, right? Both, hi. Sona, we will support you while you are in the fight. Issei. Issei, I'm counting on your help. Narrator, it didn't end because a circle of Gremory appeared at the base and everyone panicked. But Koneko came out of the circle wearing her cloak. Koneko, but the weight senpai made it difficult for me to hide from the president. Issei, Koneko, what are you doing here? Do you think you'll help me? Koneko, hey, also Asia senpai told me the situation and I also want to support him, Captain. Asia, Edo Issei-san, we can count on Koneko and her familiar, and Spurleaf and Strike to support us. Yuma, I agree. Issei, good, and also Koneko is a member of us, so we count on you, Koneko. Koneko, hi Capitan, makes a military pose and a stick face like Kana. Issei, kawaii okay, we're ready, takes out a piece of paper. Asia, what is that? Issei, with this we will take to the battle zone. Ravel gave it to me when I sent her the condition letter to have them with me while I fight. Yuma, MMIC, and I thought you would use the door. Issei, maybe that would catch Search's attention. Yuma, good point. Issei, well, it's time. Sona, I wish you and Issei luck. I hope you manage to free Ravel. Issei, of course Sona, take it for granted. Citrus, quietance. Black Bulls, hi. Narrator, then Issei uses the paper where they teleported and leaving the Count Citri in the base. Sona, okay girls, let's get to work. We have to help Issei in his fight. Let's see if there's a problem in this fight, okay? All. Hi. Narrator, so they took out a crystal ball and sat together to see what would happen in the fight. Citrus, Issei, we trust you. With the Gremorys. Rias, Akeno, do you know where Koneko is? Akeno _ I don't know President, I'd better look for her, leaves. Rias, I don't know why, but because I feel that Issei is in on this. With the Black Bulls. Narrator, they arrived where they saw a kind of office. Asia, where we are. Koneko, I don't understand, we're in the President's Club. Yuma, looking at a window, well, it seems to me that it is not how you see it, Koneko. Issei, that's true. Asia, and as you know. Issei, observe. Narrator, both see through the window that the sky was green. Asia, what is this? Issei, this is a pocket dimension where the raiding games will be held, and I think I'll fight where the game will be with the Gremorys. Koneko, I should have guessed. Issei, well, all of them. All information. Issei, as you will see today, I will face the heir of the Phoenix family to free him, so while I am facing him, you watch out for possible traps in the area, including demons that tried to stop you and can use your familiars or summons, understood? All, hi. Issei, alright, let's go. Narrator, and so they all left through the window, leaving Issei alone but with a drop. Issei, it would have been better if you had used the back door or the windows below. Narrator, afterwards Issei decided to leave the building to walk while looking at the landscape. Issei, looking closely, it looks almost the same as the academy, but why does the game have to be here? Issei. Issei, hey, takes out some kind of object with a crystal ball, what's going on, Yuma? Yuma, I found gravity seals in some parts and apparently that was one of the traps. Koneko, me too yesterday, and also some weak demons. Asia, I also found stamps and relatives, but I put them to sleep with Spurleaf. Issei, okay, keep it up and let Sona know about this. The three hang up. Issei smiles, it's good to see that they are good Black Bulls, although I'm surprised by Koneko's determination despite being with the Gremory. Narrator, but Issei feels something hot approaching, so Issei avoids the attack. Wow, apparently you're not trash, but it doesn't matter. Narrator, he sees a blonde man who looked arrogant. Issei, you must be Razor Phoenix, right? Razor, that's right, and you're the one who will face me, although I didn't expect to be challenged by a pathetic human. Issei, just like Ravel said, so I must be careful. Razor, although in that cape that is that and more the engraving of a skull of the roof. Issei, it's a bull to start with. Razor, it doesn't matter, but if we are going to fight we will need an audience, and what about them? Narrator, they see a group of women in different outfits that look like cosplays come out. Issei, so that's his entourage, notices a person. Ravel is also there. Okay, I'm ready. Razor, if so, prepares a fireball die. Narrator, Razor launched the fireball before the eyes of his entourage, but they saw that the fireball vanished, surprising them, and even more so when they saw Issei with his grimoire and sword that was gigantic. Issei, well, let's get this started, with his sword in front of him. Narrator, the Phoenix except Ravel, who was pretending to be impressed since Issei took out his grimoire and undid Razor's magic. Razor, so that's a grimoire, huh? Incredible. Issei, Jum, it seems you know about grimoires. Razor, in fact, the Phoenix family is one of the families that has knowledge of the grimoires, and from what I see, that sword is anti-magic, right? Issei, of course, but in position, let's go. Razor, you know I saved this for when I face Rias, but girls have fun. Issei. Narrator, then he sees that Razor's pieces rush to fight, but out of nowhere some attacks hit him. Issei-san? Senpai. Narrator, he sees that the girls arrived, although they were very surprised to see Koneko. Ravel, what is she doing? Wait, she's wearing the mantle. She's a no, she doesn't have a grimoire then. Razor, what is Rias's tower doing here? Koneko, helping my captain with this. Issei, and they arrived at a good moment. Girls, I want you to face one of the pieces, understood? Asia, hi Issei-san, her grimoire and spurleaf appear. Yuma, you know I'll do it, with his grimoire and strike. Koneko _hi in boxing pose. Issei, black bulls to them. Narrator, they rushed to face each other against the pieces, and it seemed a bit even, but without taking into account that Razor's queen attacked from a distance. Yuma, damn, I can't fly while fighting, he said while dodging. Issei, I'll call in the heavy artillery, summons his grimoire. Razor, and what will you do, human? Issei, this summoning magic Dragon Emperor. Narrator, Nero came out of the grimoire, and everyone was surprised because they knew who that dragon was. Yubelina, it can't be the most wanted dragon in the underworld. Issei, raising his sword, summoning magic, lowers his sword, dark flame. Narrator, saying that Nero threw a flame that hit Yubelina, but she decided to fly while Nero followed her, but Issei sees that many were heading towards him. Issei, I think I'll use it. Anti-magic Mado Anti-Magica. Narrator, the edge of his sword was surrounded by a dark and red flame that surprised the black bulls, but to say. Issei black slash. Narrator, he threw a slash that sent those heading towards Issei flying. Issei, this attack is for you, Yami. Issei. Narrator, he heard that and saw some fireballs coming towards him, and he had to cut them off with his sword. Razor, I don't know who hired you, but if you think you'll do it to stay with me. Issei, it's not for that but to free you. Razor, what do you say? Issei, someone told me that you are being manipulated, that's why I confront you. You are not the Razor they told me, you are being controlled by Sir Shay. Razor, tch shut up or I'll have to. No brother. Narrator, everyone sees that Ravel stood in front of Razor. Ravel, it's true, it's more I hired Issei to free you. Razor, what, Empress? Ravel, please, I want you to be the same as before, the same one who protected me and the others and more. Yubelina, return to the way you were before, please. Narrator, Razor didn't know what to say, but you see his eyes blinking. Yuma _ it's like he said you're being manipulated. Narrator, but you see that I react to say. Razor, don't get in the way, throwing a fireball at Ravel. Ravel receives Kaya and falls to the floor with burns. All astonished. Issei, Ravel worried. Black Clover. Razor's entourage, Ravel-sama. Razor, I hope you understand, Ravel never changes. Ravel, don't say it, trying to get up, but Asia arrives. Asia-san. Asia, calm down, I'll heal you. Razor, Jum, thinking about it well because. Yuma, if you ever think you'll say that, especially since you're being manipulated by that guy and that he doesn't see what he's doing. Koneko, I will fight to see what I am worth with Issei-senpai. Razor, what a shame, makes a flame, have this. Narrator. He threw a flame that headed towards them, but Issei counted it while he stared at the ground. Issei, you don't know how worried your sister is. She begged you to go back to the way you were before, but everyone, they feel a strong current of air to notice that Issei had a dark aura. Koneko, that aura, remembers what Rias said when they first saw Issei, this aura. Asia, it's like Yuma out of Razor, what do you know about this? You have an aura. Narrator, then they noticed that behind Issei a shadow figure was manifesting. Issei, but if you think I'll give up, because I will never give up. Narrator, Issei expels a powerful mana from which a terrifying winged being was formed. All 8 surprised and some terrified. In the council chamber. All stunned. Sona, Issei, that's it. Narrator, not only them but the entire underworld felt the power emanating from Issei. Revel, surprised. Issei, looking at Razor, anti-magic cloak, his sword is surrounded by an anti-magic cloak, now let's end this. Razor. Narrator, Issei launched himself to fight, but Razor ordered his pieces, but his biggest surprise is that Issei eliminated Razor's pieces that are teleported out of the dimension that was close to arriving, but Yubelina arrives. Yubelina, Tyoma is grow. Narrator, seeing that Nero was heading for Issei, he jumped. Issei, Black Dragon Slash. Narrator, Issei made a slashing motion, but at that moment Nero launched a flame in the form of a slash that eliminated Yubelina, leaving Razor terrified. Razor, wait, don't you understand that this marriage? Issei, Teal hell with that, like I said, climbs on Nero's head, that's not why I fight. Both head towards Razor. Razor, then why are you fighting? Throwing a huge flame. Narrator, they see that Issei jumped out of his head, which worried the Citrus and Revel and Koneko, but he had his sword ready. Issei, like I said, I fight because Revel wants his brother back. Narrator, he pierced the flare with his sword as he was almost close to Razor. Razor, who are you? Terrified. Issei, I am the next king. Narrator, Issei hit him with his sword, but on Razor's head that generated a current of air that all covered themselves to see a huge crater where Razor was lying while Issei was in front, while Nero surrounded him. Issei, as I said, puts his Epsada on his shoulder. I am the next magician king. Page 8, The Return of the Phoenix, and the Phoenix of the Bulls. In where Issei gave the attack, Issei is seen looking into the crater where Razor was while breathing heavily. Issei. Narrator, I hear that to see that Asia, Yuma and Koneko arrived, but also Revel, but they see the crater. Koneko, you? Issei, no Koneko, I didn't kill him, but I gave him a powerful blow, and more the power of anti-magic felt different. Yuma, look. Narrator, she pointed out where the crater was to Razor, who was very hurt and unconscious. Revel and Isama. Yuma, I think I knocked him out with that hit. Issei, jump. Koneko, sees it moving, hey, it's moving. Asia, hey, look. Narrator, they see that a red aura surrounding Razor appeared, which put everyone on guard, but that aura disappears. Asia, Yuma, that was magic. Issei, hey, Eigen is waking up. Narrator, they all see that Razor begins to get up, and when he opened his eyes they stopped being eyes and returned to being ordinary ones. Razor, what happened? Gets up, sees the black bulls and Revel, what's happening? Revel and I, his eyes moisten, and Isama. Narrator, she jumped up to hug him while she cried. Razor, hey, what's up, Revel? Revel, you're back, and Isama, you're back. Narrator, the black bulls saw this with a smile and decided to give them space, but they saw that some magic circles arrived, and from these the Phoenix Patriarchs came out. Lord Phoenix, excuse me, young Issei, right? Issei, you are the Phoenix Patriarchs, right? Lady Phoenix, hi, would it be so kind if we talked at our house? Issei looks at his group. All 8 nod. Issei, okay, we accept. Narrator, the Phoenix began to take them through a magic circle while the Citrus, they were celebrating since they saw that Issei won the fight. Tsubaki, Now Ravel will be happy since Razor is finally released. Sona, yes for now, seriously. All, hey, they see her. Sona, maybe I win and free him, but it's possible that Circe will try again to control him. Baruko, that's not it. Momo, we can't allow him to do things behind everyone's back. Sona, I'm the same and I'll have to think about whether to tell this to my sister, but that would make Circe suspicious, so we'll move away from one of his movements. All, hi. Sona, maybe Issei won, but I won't let him do something to him to destroy his dream. I won't let him. Seriously, while her glasses shone. Narrator, but what they didn't know was that everything was observed by a man who saw it in a crystal sphere. I understand what you feel, Sona Citri, but I trust Issei that he will do something since he is the greatest pride of people like him. Looks out the window, the greatest hope of the magicians and the future magician king, smiles. With the black bulls. Narrator, they were in the Phoenix Castle, but they saw the place with impression, although Issei did not seem impressed. Asia, wow, incredible that this is from the Phoenix family. Yuma, I never thought I'd see a demon clan house. Koneko, I've only seen Gremory but not others. Issei, it doesn't look that bad, calm down. Asia, you don't look impressed. Issei, it's just that for me the most impressive thing is the Wizard King's castle since it is more spacious. Narrator, that surprised everyone, but they see that the patriarchs arrived along with Ravel and Razor. Razor, hey, they told me what happened to me and the truth is I'm really sorry and frustrated about what Circe did just so the Gremory could gain prestige, but I thank you for freeing me. Issei, no problem, but approaches to punch Razor in the stomach. Lady, because you did it. Issei, this is for what he did for Ravel when he was still manipulated by Circe. Raise, okay, with this I deserve it, a little sore. Koneko, and you deserve it all even though you were controlled. Ravel, let's not continue with that, nervous. Lord, by the way, why don't you show up even though we know the Gremory Tower? We didn't expect you to be in your group. Issei, Bunyo is a funny story but girls present. Asia, hi, my name is Asia Argento, a pleasure. Yuma, and I'm Yuma Amano, a pleasure. Lady, and what is your name, young man? Issei, my name is Issei Hayadu and I am the captain of this group, a pleasure. Lord, in fact we already know something about you, boy, in fact Ravel was watching you. Issei, you mean his familiar was always spying on me? Ravel, hi, and I showed him how you fought until when you saved your partner, although the Gremory Tower didn't know. Koneko, the thing is, Issei-senpai is a unique person, smiles. Razor, he, I know everyone appreciates you, boy. Issei, well, for them to be my first members of my group, so I should also do something to appreciate them, smiles. Narrator, at that, her companions blushed, even Ravel, since she loved that he was careful with his companions, and the Phoenix saw how Razor rather than being controlled, and the Phoenix had a smile. Lord boy, what do you think? To celebrate, stay and have dinner with us. Issei, that doesn't sound like a bad idea since after fighting I got hungry. Asia, it's true, me too. Yuma, hi. Koneko, I want to eat. Narrator, everyone left but Razor had a smile and his father noticed it. Lord, I know that look, son, that you're planning to do. Razor, the first thing is that we give an alliance to him and our family as a token of gratitude. Lord, sounds good to me, and there's something else. Razor, I think it's time to give Ravel her gift. Lord, you speak of. Razor, yes, goes to a direction, I think that's it. Narrator _ he said it while in a family bookstore one of the books gave off a yellow glow that looked like fire. The next day. Narrator, you can see Issei with his group, although everyone was surprised since they were in the cafeteria having lunch with the council, and Sona something they would never believe seeing Sona Citri, but they were jealous of Issei. Sona, so as a thank you have an alliance with the Phoenix. Issei, hi, since they look happy to have Razor back, but they also said that they were going to talk live about what happened to him. Asia, I hope everything works out. Momo, but the fight was incredible. Raruko, haha, though I was surprised that a demon appeared. Yuma, It's true, goes to Issei, there is something we don't know Issei. Issei, haha, since my grimoire is special, sees his grimoire, and more than what Yami told me. Narrator. But the boys' grimoires began to shine, but the citrus stopped so everyone could leave the cafeteria to get to the council room, but there was Razor. Issei, Razor. Razor, hello Issei and Sona, how are you doing now? Sona, everything's fine. Razor, I imagine it will be hard for you to get used to knowing that now I am the same as before. Sona, yes, from what they told me it would take me time. Razor, I don't blame you anyway, I have news Issei. Issei, and what is it? Razor, well, they cancelled the engagement with the Gremory since they were told that I was manipulated, although there is a little bad news. Asia, and what is it? Razor, well, this is it, showing Issei's battle against Razor, now you know about this. Rhea, but do they also know about the grimoires? Razor, many wanted answers, but we just said that they are just extraordinary allies, although many fear Issei since they saw that his swords are anti-magic. Issei, I'm not surprised, but you didn't tell about. Razor, no, but you're sure you're going to say it when the time comes, right? Issei, yes, that's what I can do if I want to make everyone prove what Sirche did to innocent people, I'll do it, smiles determinedly. I'll smile. Razor, hee, that's what I'd like to hear, and also Issei, I have a surprise for you that may be useful to you in the future. Issei, and what is it? Razor, well, let her tell you. Narrator, they didn't understand, but they saw that a magic circle of the phoenix appeared. Revel. Revel, hello everyone. Sona, Revel, surprised. Revel, hello Sona. Issei, what are you doing here? Asia, wait, sees Ravel's uniform. Is that the Co-Academy uniform? Razor, in fact, I think she should be here since she wanted this and was thinking of doing it, but you know. Issei, yes, I imagine. Revel, but there is something else. Issei, and what is it? Narrator, she shows a backpack, although they noticed that it glowed, making the grimoires do the same, but their biggest surprise was that she took out a red book with fire edges, but on the cover it had a phoenix bird. Yura, that's it. Rhea, AA. Yuma, a grimoire. Asia, wait, that's what she means. Issei. Razor. He, you better introduce yourself, Revel. Revel, hi, my name is Revel Phoenix, and I am the bearer of the Phoenix Flame Grimoire, and also Issei, sees Issei. I want to be part of the Black Bulls, smiles. Everyone. Surprised? Yuma, you want to join the Black Bulls? Revel, hi, since Issei is just a captain, and he has you guys, and I thought that it would be fun to have someone else know. Razor, what are you saying, Issei? Do you agree to have my sister in your group? Issei remembers what Yami said, he here, throws something at him. Narrator, she caught it, and saw that it was a Black Bull's pin. Revel, this brooch. Issei, he put it on, smiles. Narrator, she obeyed, and when she put it on, the cloak of the Black Bulls appeared. Issei, with this you're from the Black Bulls. Revel, surprised but starting to cry with happiness, thank you Issei. Sona, he, and in that case welcome to Co-Academy. Yuma. Welcome. Narrator, everyone started congratulating her, and the Academy introduced Revel, who shocked Koneko. Koneko, senpai, is it true that Revel is now in your group? Issei, hi Koneko, and she is also a wielder of a grimoire. Koneko, I see. Issei, I hope to have her as well as the citrus and now the phoenix. Koneko, hi senpai. You. Narrator, they heard that to see Kratos and Murayama chasing some perverts. Koneko, they too don't learn. Issei, hi, by the way, how did Rias take it? Koneko, she was perplexed to hear that Razor was being manipulated, although she believes it is a lie, but it took her all day to know that. Issei, I'm not surprised by that. Boom. Asia, what was that, coming towards them? Yuma, I heard it too. Narrator, they heard that to see that both girls had grimoires, but Kratos was of wind and Murayama had yellow lightning. Yuma, perhaps they. Asia, oh my god. Ravel arrives, apparently their grimoires have also awakened. Issei, they have incredible power, you know. I think I have a decision. Koneko, are you going to? Issei, you know, if I want to be the magician king I'll have to do this, and they have a future. Asia, you think? Issei, hi. Yuma, well, this will be entertaining. Narrator, they began to walk before Sona's gaze. Sona, I thought that nothing would change after Saji left us to be in Rias's and be Issei's dog, but since Issei arrived things have improved and now he has members for his group. I know that one day they will manage to reveal Search's actions, although it is possible that he will do something, but remembers when Issei arrived and his dream. I am sure that he sees that Issei and his group arrived where they were. He will be a magician king. Issei, hey girls, I see you woke that up. Mariah, hey, do you know something? Issei, hi girls. Narrator, they and he showed their grimoires, although Koneko began to use her senjutsu that surprised both of them. Issei, girls, I have a question for you. Kratos, and what is it? Issei sees his group smiling at him. They want to be magicians of the Black Bulls. Smiles. End Arc 1. The Black Bulls Captain finished. Page 9. Day of Peace before a new problem. The next day. Narrated. Another day arrived in Ko where everyone was doing whatever, but at the moment it had been 1 week after the battle, and also that Issei recruited his new members, and everything has been somewhat peaceful, only that he should be alert since Issei feared that the underworld would be interested in the power of Issei or his companions, and they were ready for anything. Ko Academy. Narrator. In Sona's office was the aforementioned, and with her was Issei drinking coffee or tea while they talked. Sona, and how are Murayama, Kratos, and Ravel in your group? Issei, they are doing well and are learning very well how to use their grimoires. Sona, I still can't believe that the strongest kendo girls are grimoire wielders. Issei, hi, and it was a little funny their attempts to use magic, but they have gone well. They can even transfer their mana into their weapons like Yami, remembering the former captain and father figure, but he gets sad. Sona, notes Issei, something happens. Issei, no, it's nothing, don't worry, Sona. Sona, okay, by the way, maybe this will serve as a warning, but I think Rias's entourage has you in their sights. Issei, because curious. Sona, well, since Rias watches you when you are in some parts of the academy, and I have noticed that her queen follows you or watches you. Issei, you know you're right about that, but I've also noticed something in the Gremory Club. Sona, and what is it? Issei, as I walked by my grimoire began to react. Sona, I kind of react, curious. Issei, well, it seems that the Gremory Club has something that makes the anti-magic react this way. Sona, it must be because of Gasper's seal. Issei, well, I'd better leave, gets up and leaves the cups, and tell Koneko to come to my base since there will be a report meeting. Sona, of course, now that I remember, oh no. Issei, see you leaves. Sona, wait, Issei sees that he left. I didn't tell him that they will have a meeting at his brother's house, Jjaj, but remembers what he said, something that the anti-magic reacts. This is getting serious. What are you hiding, Rias? Seeing the Occultimo's club. Narrator. While in Rias's club they looked in a secret room, but a figure was sitting. Is that energy perhaps a dangerous demon or a devil? Terrified. Later, Black Bull's base. Narrator. You can see the female members of the Black Bulls group. Well, almost. Murayama, and Koneko-chan, where is she? Asia, she told me that she is in a meeting with the Gremorys, and it is at the Hayada house. At the Hayada residence. Narrator. Everyone was having the meeting in the house, but Koneko wasn't paying attention but had something on her mind. Koneko, I want to be at Issei-senpai's house. Akeno, you know Rias, I'd better leave. All, hey. Rias, because you say so, Akeno. Issei, don't you want to stay and look at Max's photos? Akeno, no, actually, Koneko, and I planned something to do, right? Koneko, looking at Koneko and winking at her. Koneko, understanding that, oh yeah, of course. Rias, okay, you can leave. Both, thank you, they leave. Issei, haven't you noticed that Akeno is acting very strange? Rias, hi, you're very strange like Koneko. Kiba, first when Max and Issei's brother arrived she acted differently. Saji, what will happen to him? Max, I just hope that loser doesn't take my loli away. Rias, this is weird and I feel like Issei is responsible, and I also suspect when the cancellation of my engagement a manipulated razor, but by whom? With Koneko. Koneko, leaving Issei's house with Akeno, finally, taking out her brooch. Akeno, do you have a meeting with the Black Bulls? Koneko, goes blank. Akeno, haha, don't worry Koneko-chan, I won't tell the president your secret. Koneko, and because I would be sure that you wouldn't tell him. Akeno, I need an answer from your captain, get serious. Koneko, as surprised. Akeno, I'll just say that I want to talk to him tomorrow if it's of utmost importance, seriously. Koneko, oh okay, I'll take that into account. Akeno, but first you can show that cloak of theirs. Koneko, since she puts on the bronze that makes the Black Bull's cloak appear. Akeno, era incredible. Koneko, hi, well I'm leaving, teleports in a magic circle. Akeno, Issei, hi to you are the one Suzaku and my mother told me. Narrator, she received images of her memories as a child where she saw a fantasy book, but in the images she saw a huge demon and a hero, but she had a book floating and defeating the demon and at the end a 4-leaf clover. Akeno, you will have to see what the hero of my stories Issei, if that is so I hope we can reach an agreement for you and the group. Narrator, she walked away but without knowing that when she passed by a window of a house in her reflection she had black angel wings with yellow and black and a yellow aura with rays and going in a magic circle. Black Bull's base. Narrator, titties were talking but a magic circle appeared and Koneko came out of it. Koneko, Gomen, don't be late. Not at all Koneko. Narrator, they all saw that Issei arrived and sat on a chair. Issei, now let's start with the meeting ready. All hi. Issei, well let's start with your progress and patrol reports of the week, for example let's start with the new ones, seeing Ravel, Kratos and Murayama. Murayama, I'm doing well at my position. I've already finished off some renegades with my lightning magic and defeated them in a flash. Murayama, I have sent some renegades flying with my wind magic. Ravel, I left them in ashes. Issei, good, noting, by the way how did your search for relatives go yesterday? Asia, it's true Ravek still hasn't shown us his familiar. Yuma, it would be interesting to see them. Issei, in that case don't show it. Narrator, the three girls nodded and opened their grimoires to reveal different familiars that have to do with their magic. Murayama, this is my familiar and his name is Voltian, seeing a small yellow 4-legged creature. Voltian PRRR lowers his head in greeting. Kratos, this is mine and I called it Harpy, pointing to a harpia the size of an adult woman. Harpy bows in greeting. Ravel, and this is my familiar and I named him Sunburn, pointing to a phoenix the size of a dog, more or less. Sunburn bows and makes a bird noise. All surprised and fascinated. Issei, wow, familiar girls, congratulations. The three, thank you. Narrator, then each one gave their report until Koneko, her report being with the Gremorys and training her senjutsu. Issei, well that would be all, writing down the report, good girls, I have some news that I received from the Clover Kingdom. Asia, and why did I send you? Issei, from the Magician King. All, the wise king, surprised. Yuma, and what is it about? Issei, well, some magicians who are infiltrated in the city and some parts of the world have seen reports of murders of people and confirm that the victims are users of sacred gears. All stupefied. Yuma, I mean fallen angels. Issei, I'm afraid so, and they already have a clue who it is, but Yuma, you already know it right now. Yuma, hi. Murayama, and who is Yuma-chan? Yuma, the Kokabile cadre. Koneko/Ravel, Kokabile, surprised and at the same time terrified. Kratos, who is he? Asia, She told me that she is one of the strongest cadres, but she also survived the war of the three factions. Murayama/Kates, surprised. Yuma. But don't worry now that I'm not with him, we'll surely beat him, confident in her strength. Issei. Not to ruin your happiness, but the Wizard King fears that Kokabeel will do things that can cause harm to humanity, and that would attract the attention of Sir Gremory. Serious. Mariah. And what is it? Issei. Well, they will send 4 magicians from the magician orders. All surprised. Asia. 4 wizards from the wizarding order, surprised. Issei. Hi Asia. Koneko. Wow. Mariah. So I have a question, Issei. Issei. Tell me. Mariah. What are the magical orders? Since we are from one, I would like to know what the others are. Issei. Well, yes, I think it's time for me to tell who they are. Ravel. Wow, and I'm actually interested. Yuma. Me too. Kates. Tell us, Issei. Issei. Well, there are 9 in total, counting the Black Bulls. Asia. And what are those orders? Issei. Well, these are them. Golden Dawn, magicians and nobles with great control of magic. Swordsman Lion, mages with strong characters and indomitable spirits. Silver Eagles, noble silver wizards. Blue Rose, elite female mages. Pink Peacock, special magic wizards. Purple Orcus, the masters of wealth. Celestial Dur, wizards with artistic and noble hearts. Green Mantis, an elite of inexperienced yet sadistic magicians. Oh wow. Mariah. So there is an order of female magicians. Issei. Hi, the former captain of Black Bulls told me that his captain is a man-hater and everyone follows her. He smiles amused and remembers a blonde woman who ran away when she saw Yami, but she knew what he felt for her just like she did for him, sad remembering her sad expression. Yuma. Well, it would be interesting to meet them in person, interested. Koneko. Hey, me too. Issei. Well, I'd say that's all for today, Asia. You can take Murayama and Kates to their houses. Asia. So it's my turn. Well, I'll accompany you girls. Both, thank you. Koneko. Receives a message. I have to go, a renegade has been detected. Issei. Good luck, Koneko. Narrator. The girls left, leaving the rest alone. Yuma. Well, I'll prepare dinner tonight. Ravel. I'll help you, helps her in the kitchen. Issei. Kokabeel. So I'll finally see you again, damn. Narrator. He gets memories of Yami but with spear wounds, smiling and with his eyes closed. Now an Issei crying loudly, and finally a man with fallen wings and red eyes but with a sadistic smile. Issei clenches his fist. So get ready, Kokabeel. Narrator. He was still in his thoughts but without knowing that the occult club had an object wrapped in a cloth, but suddenly it began to emanate an anti-magic aura. Elsewhere in Ko. Narrator. You can see 2 hooded girls entering a church. That was the church that Issei along with you, Koneko, went to save Asia. 1. What a mess. 2. Yes, but our superiors said that a battle was fought that was a base for the fallen. 1. I see, but I'm glad to be back in Ko. 2. Because you say so. 1. Well, there's one person I hope to see again, smiles and takes a photo. Narrator. She takes out a picture of an orange-haired girl, and with it she was hugging a brown-haired boy, but the girl kissed the boy on the cheek. 1. I hope to see you again, Issei, or rather darling, smiles and at the same time eager to see him. Elsewhere. Narrator. You could see a dark one and he had a smile. So the envy arrived. It's time to start with the plan to make the faction war, smiles maliciously. End.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.